Hello friend, my name is Chandramani and you're watching Windows Server 2012 WDS services. So today we will learn how to configure WDS and how we deploy the OS from the WDS. So for that, I have already configured the AD, which is mylab.com, where the IP is 192.168.1.6, and same in the same server I have configured DNS also. As AD, DNS, and DHCP is the prerequisites of WDS. So now we have another server which is 192.168.1.8, which is the member of mylab.com domain. And we need to configure DHCP WDS here, because without DHCP WDS won't be work. Why? In Windows, before configure, I need to give some a little bit idea about the WDS. It's a Windows deployment services, means the name suggests that it's something like deployment, right? It's related to deployment. It's a OS deployment, we can say. Also through the Windows deployment we can deploy the OS, thou thousands of, hundreds, thousands of, system, within single time, instead of using, media like CD, pen drive, all these things. So WDS is very secure way to, configure, and it is very secure for the organization also. That's what WDS using each and every organization. So before configure this WDS, let's start the let tell you about my configuration. Here this is the for the testing environment. I have VMware workstation application here. In this VMware workstation I have installed the DC. Its name is ADC and mylab.com, and my IP is 192.168.1.6. okay, this is my AD. And I have created one more server. It's a WDS. Nothing is installed. It's a file storage service. It's not required, but it is installed for my, um, it's my requirement. That's why I installed. But for the WDS file services is not required. So if you look at this server, this is name is I given the FS01, and the IP is 192.168.1.8. So before start the WDS, before configure the WDS, first we need to configure the DHCP, then we will need to deploy the WDS. So otherwise at a time we can configure both of the roles also. Let's go. This is the server manager console. Here you can go to the manage and add role and feature. Otherwise there is if you go to the dashboard also, where you can use add and role features. Okay, once you click over the add and role feature, you will get this window. You just click the next and click the next, and you will get the which server you want to install the WDS. I mean, which role you want to install in which server you want to. So this is my server, right? So click the next. Once you click the next, the role, what are the roles available, and you need to install, and it is already installed, that will show over here. So we require DHCP as well as the WDS. Once I click the DHCP role, it asking the required features also that need to be installed. Definitely it's must, so you need to add features. And then we require the WDS. Let's see where is the WDS. Yes, so Windows deployment services also required for me, because this is the main um, part of this lesson is WDS, right? So again it asks the features, so we have added and click the next. Now it asking the features, any feature you want to install. So as of now I don't require all these features needed for my this session. So click the next, click the next. These are the two roles need to be installed for the WDS. If you read it, it is required for the, customization and deployment, all this image customization. These two roles need services required for the WDS. So it's okay, not issue for me. So click the next and click the install. So once you start the install, it will install DHCP as well as the WDS. If you look at here, it is showing whatever the roles we have selected and features we have selected, it is showing here. So now it has been started the installation, so it will takes a few time. Once it is done, you need to restart, might be required, I don't know. If it is required, we need to restart. And if you look at here, there is a notification symbol. It's a flag symbol, it's a notification symbol. If you close also, you can see the deployment kind of progress things here. So it's installation started, and FS MyLab task details. If you go, so it is saying that it's still running installation. Okay, Let's wait for some time. Once till the time it is complete, then we will do the, yeah, yeah, it's still installing. It will take some time. Okay, so here what we required, I told you like these are the two things we have done, the DHCP and WDS here. Okay, and the DHCP server IP will be 1.8 and WDS IP will be 1.8 because both the roles have been installed in same server. So that's the reason the both servers IP will be same. And Before going through these things, WDS configuration, I can tell you one thing like we have done the WDS part, only install the role, but still we didn't configure WDS and DHCP. We just install the role. Okay, I will tell you before the WDS install means we will deploy the OS. We will learn how to deploy OS from the WDS role. Basically, WDS came in 2008. Windows Server 2008 R2, but in earlier Windows Server 2003 it was remote installation services, which is very difficult to at that time to use that. But in WDS a lot of things are automation is done, so you can do it. Into WDS there are the two files are there, one is attended and another is unattended file. You can create yourself and put it. Unattended means what is, once you install in once you deploy it, no need to attend any persons to deploy the OS, it automatically install and be ready the system. Attended installation means first you need to someone should be attend to start the system, press F12, then give the username password to start the operating system. Once the username password, you do the next, you need to choose the language, the settings you need to choose, then the OS will be deployed. This is the attended, but we can create the unattended installation also. So there are two type of installation, one is attended and another is unattended installation, correct? So let's see whether our installation is gone successfully or not. Yes, the installation succeed on my lab. This is done, but only complete DHCP configure. So DHCP also configure is done, but pending complete DHCP configuration. So once you click over here, click the next, it is asking the which account you need to be authorized for the DHCP manager. So I can, it's okay because it's my testing environment, so I can use my administrator account, no problem. So I commit. Once I commit, it will take some time to complete these things. If you go here, yeah, the both are successful done. It is installation succeed, install configuration complete. If you click close it, close the task, then the notification will remove. Okay, so what we will do now, we will configure the DHCP for the WDS. So for that, open the DHCP here. Okay, if you look at the DHCP, the server, yeah, IP version 4, there is nothing is configured in the DHCP. Okay, for that you need to create the new scope for the WDS. So I can give the WDS name of the scope and click the next. Here it asking the IP range, so you can provide a 192.168.1.10 to, I can provide 192.168 1.20. Okay, this is the what my IP range, and the subnet mask automatically will come over here, and the length is 24. If you click the next, it asking the exclusion or delay. If you some, whatever the range I have given, if you want to some IPs need to be a reserve, I mean it's not called a reserve, it's called a exclusion. If you exclude some IP from this range, it won't be distribute, it won't be common distribution range. So you can use it, some like it's a reserve kind of thing, like some you can give the stat, these IFC can provide the static to server, any critical server. So as of now it is not required for me, so I can click the next simple. And this is the least duration means whenever the IP is the DSCP basically used for the automatical IP assignment. So once the IP assignment done, so it will be use one IP, one machine can use for 8 days. That is the least duration, after it can be changed. Next, and the configuration of DS, is it asking, yes, I want to configure this option now. correct? And you're asking the default gateway. See, this is a testing environment, so I don't have the router here. I just configure the DNS and AD, and I don't have the router here, so I no need to give this thing also. Click the next here, and these are the DNS address of mine. Click the next. It asking the win server. I don't have the win server, so not required. Active scope, yes, I want to active the scope. Till the time if you not the active scope, then how you configure the DHCP, right? So that's the reason active scope is required. So here option is there also, you can deactive. If you deactivate it, see it came like this red symbol over here, and it is a blue symbol, so that means your scope is not activated. So you, if you want, you can active here, correct? So once the scope has been active, you can check it like go to the address pool, and you can see this is the IP range you have given, right? 10 to 20, correct? So so DHCP part is done. Now just open the WDS services here, Windows Deployment Services. This is the word console for WDS. Okay, so today we will deploy. If you look at here, like there is a warning symbol here, my lab, because it is not yet configured. So what I will do, I will deploy the Windows 7. So hence I have. Let me check whether I have attached or not. Yeah. Uh, 1 second. If you open this one, see I have put the CD like Windows 7 CD here on my WDS server. So but it, this is not the correct way to do, because I'm doing in testing environment, that's why I'm doing. But you need to create one folder and copy your settings over there, I mean your OS, then from there you can link. But as this is the testing environment, so I can map this, I mean insert the CD in this server, that is Windows 7 Ultimate CD. Okay, so now if you go to the WDS console here, just right click over here and configure the server. Once you configure, it is asking, before you begin, ensure that following requirements are met. So that means it is asking like your file system should be NTFS, and there should be active DNS server, and there should be a DHCP server, because it required for the pre PXE. PXE means what? It's a pre-execution environment. That means before using, before deploying the image, there should be a PXE, that the pre-execution environment. It will start the boot up, then install the image, correct? So that is what the PXE. Simply I can say there is a boot WMI file and install WMI file in OS. So let me tell you, let me show you here also. If you open this one, if you go to the source folder, if you see double install, okay. So that is install. Yeah. See, it is install WMF file, means it's a see the if size is bigger, like so it's a image file. It will help to deployment of OS. If you search the boot, see there is a boot WMF. It's very small size. It is help the PXE, that is a pre-execution environment. Okay, PXE should be enabled. Then it will help to pre-execution environment for the boot. Okay, let's minimize this thing, and so these things I have already done, and it is prerequisites of WDS is telling. So it's done. Next, and if you do these things, let me on this, I have already configured here. So what I will do, go to the C drive, remote installation is there. Yeah, I need to delete this thing. Yeah, so what it will do, it will create, if you configure this, it will create the remote installation folder on C drive. But for my recommendation, it should be other drive, because C drive is a system drive. So it's better to give the path from some other drive or other volume. So it will it might be chances to corrupt all these things. So it is better to, it should be move another drive, okay, or other volume. So that you can do from browsing. Okay, click the next here. If you nothing, this message is telling like, see, it is recommended to do in other volume, like the volume selected is also Windows system volume. So for the best performance and add the reliability to remote installation folder should be as stored and separate volume, it is telling the. Okay, so click the next, and it is asking the DHCP configuration about things. Click the next, and it will take some time, few minutes or few seconds to configure these things. uh, Okay, yeah, the server did not respond to the start and control request in a timely fashion. Configure Windows deployments or starting Windows deployment services. Okay, it's a finish. Once you finish it, because why this message came, because it's a still it is a black symbol if you see, but it's that means it's not activated. If you click over here, go to the all services and start it. So then now the server will be start. Okay, the WDS services will be start also. Okay, once the WDS services is started, if you see the install image and boot image is there. These are the two things we need to deployment. These are other things that you can driver also inject over here. You can do the multicast transmission, means it will help you to more reliability, and it will help you to a very fast deployment also, the multicast transmissions. Okay, pending drivers, you can device need to be approval. If you some devices you're adding, and that need to be approval before adding. So this is the thing. But and you can inject the different driver, like a printer driver, or maybe a laptop driver. It depends upon your environment, which hardwares you having, like Dell machines having, or it might be HP machines, and printers. These things it need to be here to be installed, correct? And so on application also you can inject, you can do the customize. Okay, but now are this testing environment. So what we will do here, just right click, install, add install image. Or once you add install, it asking the create group, because why it is needed, because sometimes we require the different multiple application, right? So I will create one group for Win 7. So Windows 7 OS will be created here. Okay, and browse the file. And I told you, like, this is the path, right? So install.wmi. Once you select it, click it, next. It asking the which, there are the different editions are there, which edition you want to install. I can select this ultimate, correct, for me, or you can select four of us. Okay, click next. So it will take few seconds, or might be few minutes, to configure, sorry, to configure the install image here. Once the install image will be completed, then we will start for the boot image. Okay, let's wait for some time. So definitely it will take time, because it is configuring the entire image, right? And it is adding image now, so I hope it will complete within few seconds. Yep. So whenever you're doing these things, do the gracefully, so it should not be mistake. It's going to complete. Yeah, it's a successfully completed, I mean successfully added. So once the, if you see here, like Windows Ultimate image came here. Okay, it is online. Okay, you can use it. And for that, for the pre-execution PX, you need to add the boot image also. The- how can boot, right, system? Once it boot, then will install, right? So boot WMF file you need to select here. And the name, you can customize the name, otherwise, yeah, it's for me perfect, no issue. I need no need to customize here. So definitely will take some time to configure adding this boot image also, but lesser than image, install image. Okay, it's done. So now our part is done. If you look at here, right, now we will start the deployment the OS from the network, right? So let's go to the here. Now I have to create one blank machine here, new virtual machine. Go to the new virtual machine, click the next, click the next. I don't want to install the operating system. I will install from WDS, so I will install operating system later. I need to create one machine here only. So yeah, it's Windows 7 64-bit, and you choose the Microsoft Windows guest operating system and click the next. Here I will WDS test machine, correct? Sorry, machines. I will store it in uh, other location. You can give the your location. Okay, I'm sorry. So here I can provide the location, current folder, uh, test machine, correct? Test machine. Next, next, and the RAM and network connectivity. These things you need to give. Click next, and create the new virtual disk. Correct. Allocated the disk size. That's correct. That's correct. Finish. Once it is finished, if you this is the totally blank machine, I don't have the operating system. First, what I will do, I need to go to the setting over here, and I choose my the network card option, because every system I'm using the host only Windows 8, sorry, VNet 8, so I'm used it. Now what we will start, if you look at this thing, my DHCP server and WDS server is 192.168.1.8, right? Correct. If you look at, so let's see what is happening here to install to deploy the WDS server. Nothing we will do on the WDS side. We just reset the system here. Just go to the power and power on the system. That's it. Just look at your. If everything is perfect, then it will. Yeah, it's see. It started the DHCP configuration. Searching the DHCP server now. Once we'll search, it will give the IP address to, it will prompt the IP address, but if everything is perfect, guy. But let's see whether it is not it is perfect or not. So I hope we have done the good configuration, gracefully we have done all these things. But yeah, it's came. Press F12 here. Yeah, you need to press F12. I just yeah. So what I will do, we need to press F12. Okay, so again just restart the system. Okay, restart it. Yeah. Okay, you have to press F12 here. It's searching the DHCP. Okay, once get the IP, it will show like IP, and you need to press F12. Correct? Yeah, see, it's connecting 192.168.10, and the DHCP server will be right. The this IP is taken 10. Okay, if you look at here like 192.168.1.8, it's a WDS server IP it's showing. It's not as showing the DHCP server, but initially when it started, it's showing the DHCP IP. Okay, but because in the both server are the same IP, so it is showing the same IP, but whatever the IP will show where, this is the WDS IP. Okay, so this is the what are the configuration we have done. That's very gracefully we have done, and I think it is going to be a success. So let's start. Yeah, it is started. Also deployment. See, without media, without CD, without pen drive, we can deploy the OS also. So this is very small configuration, but yes, in this enterprise environment, it required the more customized, because we need to install some application as well as some driver depending upon your environment, which machines they are using. That driver you need to be inject over there, then it will start. Correct. So once it is start, we need to, it might be as the username password also for the ID, because we have integrated with AD the WDS. If you look at the WDS server, we have integrated with AD. Okay, okay, the device name is administrator one, not an issue. Okay, let's see our installation. Yeah. So setup is starting now. So definitely it will install. Let's do the initial setup. Then we will complete this video, complete this lesson, right? Click next. See, it is asking the username password. So I told you that you can provide the domain username which you have the rights for the WDS, right? So I have the mylab.com, correct, and give the slash administrator administrators and password, correct. Oh, sorry, I think did some wrong here. mylab.com, okay, slash administrator administrator and password, correct. Now it will work. See, so it asking the ultimate, right? If you look at the WDS server and image, if you go to the image here, this is the Windows Ultimate one image is there, right? So it's showing the this is available. You wanna to install? Yes. And the English is default. Click the next, and here choose the hard disk you want to install and click the next. The installation process will be start. Okay. Same thing, the way the Windows 7 is installing through the media, so same thing it is will happen, but it's more secure than media, right? So thank you watching for this video, guys. If you really like this video, please give the thumbs up on my video, and you can comment for the more queries, and if you any questions on this series, on this lesson. Okay, I will try to give as soon as possible your answer. So thank you very much for watching this video, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.